Tapping on my best noob marketing skills, I try to lure you in with this seemingly crazy stupid title and an even more crazier thumbnail. But actually, it's true. Climate change will end racism. How? Is this scorching heat gonna roast us all into something out of a Florida sunburn contest? It's even easier than that, actually. As the giant rock where we came into existence continues its own path, absolutely undisturbed by ours, it will make life impossible in some parts and more favorable in other ones. Mass popular migration will mix genomes of all kinds, and the once-in-a-couple millennia update of how our race looks will be more unified into one. Let me elaborate on that in this next episode of Blank Note. While the Homo sapiens, you and me, made it to the top of the hominid scale of evolution hundreds of thousands of years ago, we used to share this world with a few cousins, the most predominant ones being Neanderthals and Denisovans. Not only we do know these populations interbred with each other, but now we also do know when did they do the deed. Science didn't go through their search history to find out. They did something more respectful than that. By reconstructing the global climate changes caused by the Earth orbit shift, we now know 6 potential periods and locations when the dating scene exploded. See, Neanderthals occupied the western, more temperate forests of Eurasia. Denisovans preferred hotter and humid areas in the east. Their geographies were naturally separated. That is why around 2% of the DNA of non-African populations is Neanderthal. Meanwhile, people from Southern Asia and Oceania share up to 5% genomes with Denisovans. During warm interglacial periods when temperatures increased, temperate forests vegetated towards the east, creating Neanderthal corridors into Denisovan territory. Pushed by the cycles of Mother Nature, the races mixed. And while today the green that we follow is slightly different from our ancestors, the human species never stops migrating. A better life today is almost synonymous with more money, and almost everyone wants to go to urban areas, megacities, typically in coastal areas, with the 40% of the population living within 60 miles away from access to the sea. But as polar ice melts and sea levels rise, people will be forced to flee the coast. As droughts become more severe, they will also move to areas with reliable sources of water too. As of 2017, 258 million people were living in a country other than the one they were born, a 49% increase since 2000. The World Bank predicts that the climate change will cause 140 million people to migrate by 2050, with the most likely being population groups from sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia, and Latin America. All of these giant hyperpopulated megacities are nothing but pools of genomes which will mix with each other. While your Indian or Japanese dad will not approve of your Swedish boyfriend, don't worry, he's already disappointed on you not becoming a doctor. And thus, the rainbow of melanin percentages in our skins will continuously diversify, bringing more and more homogeneous skin color and looks. That can lead to combinations of traits not seen in either parent or in populations they come from, like the dark skin and blue eyes of Cape Verde Islanders, the result of interbreeding between Portuguese and West Africans. A Pew report from 2017 found that the number of multiracial births in US rose from 1% in 1970 to 10% in 2013, and the increase will continue. The multiracial population is projected to grow by 174% over the next 4 decades. But immigration and interminglation are not the sole factors. The pigment eumelanin makes skin darker, which helps to protect against harsh sunlight. So, over many thousands of years, human populations evolved varying levels of skin pigmentations as they spread across the globe. As a result, skin color came to closely match the intensity of sunlight in different regions, darker near the equator and lighter near the poles. But in today's world with sunscreen and vitamin supplements, natural selection is less relevant to ongoing changes in human skin pigmentation than gene flow. Because skin color is controlled by many genes, parents whose skin color differ tend to have children with intermediate skin tones. And so, In 5 to 10 generations, that is somewhere between 125 to 250 years, we may see fewer people with dark skin or pale skin and more with a brown or olive complexion. Having both dark skin and light eyes may become more common. And since we all will look more alike, racism will be gone once and for all. Will it though? Skin color is not the reason behind racism. That is only a way to distinguish one population group from the other. As stupid as it is, racism, sadly, has to do with greed, sadism, and the perverted satisfaction of having power over others. In a world where direct human interaction will be less and less common, we will be hiding behind screens, behind near-perfect avatars, digital creatures shaped in all kinds of trending ways of the time. The means to differentiate from one another will be super expensive stickers, blue, red, green checks, flashy digital jewelry NFTs. Okay, let's add another layer. Modern medicine. Surgery and genetic engineering will also make it possible to look in all sorts of ways. Looks will, in some centuries, be programmed. So, it will all come down to our hearts and brains. But if we talk about strictly organic, natural selection, who knows where the next Babylon, Rome, New York will be located? Climate change will close in on geography, pushing us into some select locations where life will be better. Most of the population will surely be drawn to them, and the genome diversity will present us with homogeneous traits. Earth will take care of that. Seems like this planet we call home is giving us yet another chance to make peace and unite. Right before it goes upside down, liberate itself of one of its worst enemies, and a fresh new evolution ladder to begin. Life. I am honestly humbled by your support for Blank Note, especially in the latest video. Your subscribes, likes, and comments are extremely appreciated. I thank you so much for watching. This is all for this video. Catch you in the next one.